might solve a mystery or rewrite history.
Chemtrails. Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. Chemtrails.
Hi, I'm Harry.
And I'm Adam.
And welcome back to the second episode of Nerdspiracy,
The show where we take a random topic and milk it for views.
Just a friendly reminder, the show will not benefit you or anyone else in any feasible way, so if you have a life, I suggest you go live it and stop wasting your time here.
But if not, stay here and help us boost our self-esteem.
Our topic today has been discussed and disputed for over a decade.
Our topic today is about chemtrails.
I really need a new hobby.
What was that, Harry?
I said there's a turkey in the front lobby.
What?
Moving on.
We've worked very hard to scrape up this information.
Too hard if you ask me. So here's a clip on what chemtrails are.
Hi, I'm your host, Adam, and this is Chemtrails, a commentary. A condensation trail, or contrail, is the carbon dioxide emission that follows most aircrafts. These contrails are formed when water vapor that is emitted from the plane combined with the low temperatures at high altitudes. Chemtrails are the conspiracy theory stating that these contrails are actually filled with chemicals that the government uses for various purposes. These purposes include weather manipulation, population growth control, and mind control. The chemtrails conspiracy began in 1996 when the United States Air Force published a report on weather modification. Afterwards, people began noticing the strange patterns that these contrails would be left in their areas. Internet forum hosts such as William Thomas and Richard Fink began spreading rumors that these chemtrails were actually filled with chemicals. Government groups such as the EPA, FAA, and NASA began debunking these theories as quickly as they could. Not only were people noticing that these chemtrails were put into strange patterns, but they had been using them for a long time. When mustard gas was generalized in World War I, fighter planes in World War II began using them to create chemical attacks. Another thing noticed by witnesses is that the planes leaving the chemtrails in strange patterns were unmarked, as if hiding something. Rumored photos of the inside of these planes exist, showing the contents of the barrels and how they're dispersed. This has been Chemtrails, a commentary. Back to you in the studio. Thank you, Adam. Now let's get some outside opinions on the subject.
Guys, it's chemtrails. You guys are looking at chemtrails. Those aren't real clouds.
Oh yeah, they come out of the airplanes up in the air sky.
It's like crop dusting, but higher in the atmosphere and with deadly chemicals.
All right. I believe that some people think that these things are like from the government trying to get people to like think certain things or vote for certain people.
Conspiracy is that the government fills them with chemicals to control our minds and the weather.
I don't know how we can do anything about it.
They make us insane in the membrane.
It's true.
It makes me very upset.
It's not a conspiracy, it's really happening.
Those were some pretty reasonable answers, especially since I didn't know anything before doing this.
This is pretty basic knowledge.
I don't think anyone would consider...
Anywho, let's see if people know what chemtrails can do and have done.
Gassing. Gas bombs.
It's to keep people in control. It's like a threat.
I think it's a conspiracy.
Remind me why we're doing this again?
Community service hours.
Right, let's move on.
This next clip is dedicated to those who tried to warn us. Max.
Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Ni le bien qu'on m'a fait.
I think I've completely lost it.
Why don't you introduce our sponsor for today, Harry?
Chemtrails in a can. Control the population with the push of a button.
Thank you, Harry. At least you're not completely useless.
I think that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
So if you've been paying attention at all, humans aren't the brightest things out there.
So let's ask some more questions they definitely won't know the answer to.
That if you see a jet line turn into a giant cloud, it's definitely not good.
I get an instant message when they happen
That's interesting.
on my AOL account.
If they're thicker, stay inside and wear a tinfoil hat.
Well, one thing I do, whenever an airplane flies overhead, I quick get an umbrella.
Oh.
That way, you know, all the spray doesn't land on me.
I just hold my breath until I pass out.
Probably hide inside every time I see a plane fly by.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
So stay safe, because you never know when the government might.
We are sorry for the inconvenience.
Move along with your day. There is nothing to see here.
Chemtrails are not real, and the government is not trying to control you.
This is the end of our broadcast. Have a nice day.
And join us next time for the next episode of Nerdspiracy.